Voy a empezar no por las skins, sino por mal juego y más. ¿Qué? Sino por el actualización de. Se supone que nos traen un tráiler, info sobre ARAM, Floración Salvaje, supongo que es lo de Flor Espiritual, Metajuegos, mal comportamiento y acoso, MSI, Viktor, epílogo. Viktor.
Hello, gamers. I'm Pablo, and with me is a longtime writer and fellow dev, Brett.
Hey everyone, I'm Brett.
Igual no puedo creer que estemos en la versión de la TAM y no hayan puesto
It's
subtítulos.
Monday, May 19th, and we're here to talk to you all about some awesome stuff we got coming. But first, we have a little something to kick off the second act, so enjoy.
Bueno, el estilo por lo que veo es el mismo que el del primer tráiler, así que ya saben mi opinión sobre eso. Y si no la saben es porque no ven mis videos. Me da mucha intriga la nueva campeona. No he visto nada de... Ah, mira, ahora que estoy viendo cosas de ella. Justo iba a decir que no tenía ni idea de qué iba la bichina. Qué bonito el mapa. Bueno, alto spoiler, me están dando de las skins. ¿Por qué estoy viendo esto primero en lugar de reaccionar antes? Oh, ¿de quién mierda fue la idea de que vea esto primero? ¡Ay, Nidalee, reina hermosa! Nidalee me parece top campeonas guapísimas de League of Legends. O sea, de verdad me parece las campeonas más guapas de todo LoL. Y por goleada, además.
Hi everyone, I'm Riot Cadmus.
Long time no see, gamers. I'm Riot Flux.
We're here to talk a bit more about the ARAM changes that you just saw. In Act 2, we're going to be adding multiple maps to ARAM. After Champ Select, when you load in, you'll randomly
¡Ah! No va a haber solamente el de Flor.
Howling Abyss, an old favorite, the Butcher's Bridge, and an all-new Spirit Blossom themed map, Cushion's Crossing.
Our goal with introducing more maps to ARAM is to
Pero el cambio de mapa va a ser solamente estético, porque si va a ser solamente estético me parece una estupidez. Si va a haber un cambio en la jugabilidad, está interesante.
bring more excitement and variety to each game without fundamentally changing what you all love about the mode. That said, we do have some unique additions to the new maps that we want to
Ah, a ver, ok.
We'll start with the newest map. The most notable change we've added, other than the whole visual reskin, are the Spirit Blossom portals. They'll be replacing Hex Gates, but we won't just have them take you...
Tendrás exactamente los mismos portales, pero ya no son Hextech, son espirituales. No, entiendo que te llevan... Así ahora sí es como lo han presentado.
from your base to your outermost turret.
We've also added some portals to the center of the map, so you can use them to try to make the outplay of a light.
Me he sentido muy incómoda con esa escena.
We can't wait to see the creative
Eso está
ways
muy
you'll find
bien.
to use them. Additionally, we made some terrain adjustments to the middle of the map to make fights feel a little bit different than they do in the Howling Abyss, while still remaining an all-out ARAM fiesta. Just to manage expectations, we're experimenting with this as a season-themed map, so let us know how you like it.
Moving over to the Butcher's Bridge.
Por un lado, me gusta que sean transparentes, digamos. Me gusta que digan, ok, estamos probando esto, si les gusta cuéntenos, no sé qué, porque me hace sentir incluida de forma activa en la decisión de mantenerlo o no. Pero por otro lado, si sacan muchas cosas seguidas con la frase, estamos probando esto, vamos a probar esto, cuéntenos qué opinan para ver si seguimos con esto, si es algo muy seguido, muy repetitivo, me hace sentir que no la tienen clara. Me hacen sentir que están esperando que yo, usuaria, tome las decisiones que ellos como empresa tendrían que tomar, que ellos como empresa tendrían que analizar si es que va a funcionar o no va a funcionar y traerlo. Me gusta que lo hagan, pero no me gusta que lo hagan tan seguido porque entonces, más que sentirme incluida, siento que ellos están indecisos. Y yo no quiero que la empresa esté indecisa, ¿se entiende? La empresa tendría que darme seguridad.
We know a lot of longtime ARAM enjoyers have fond memories of the old event map, and so do we. It's something that many of you have asked us to bring back.
So we're bringing it
¿Quiénes pidieron
And
eso?
even killed Gangplank again.
back? No. We're not shipping that.
okay.
No. Just
Welcome back to the scenic, haunting depths of Bilgewater, where you can become a pirate and maybe enjoy a power flower or two. Inspired by Arena, these power flowers refund your cooldowns and give you some shielding, but they won't heal you. They grow in a new, small alcove located in the center of the bridge. We
Me
added
gusta
them
que
to be
hayan
a new
flores, la
incentive to
verdad.
start fights, similar to health relics, which should keep things from being too stale for too long.
Pero no tendría... ¿No tendría más sentido que las flores salgan en el mapa de Flor Espiritual? Y a este le pones los portales de un lado al otro como cañones, ¿no? 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 No hay presupuesto, si pides mucho. Es hacerlo al revés. Esta flor en el de Flor Espiritual y los portales espirituales que te llevan de un lado al otro, cañoncito en este de Gangplank. En mi cabeza tiene más sentido, ¿ok?
Don't worry though, they aren't as powerful as they are in Arena, so they shouldn't impact the outcome of a fight unless it comes down to the smallest of margins. We also added cannons to both spawns, because are you really a pirate if you don't have cannons?
No. These cannons aren't just good at getting you around the map. They're also a more
Ah, y son
interesting
para...
and aggressive...
¿Ves? No. Pausa. Con más razón, ponme esto a los dos laditos y que sean los que te transportan de un lado a otro, si ya están ahí para transportarte de un lado a otro, pero para otro lado. Y ponme las flores en de Flor Espiritual.
way to get back into the action and knock enemies up where you land. Their range
Eso
will
está
depend on your
divertido.
furthest standing tower, which means if your inhibitor's down and the enemy is pushing in on you for the win, you could take advantage of the cannons
está
and get a
divertido.
five-person knock-up, setting up your Yasuo for an
Está muy
amazing
bien, me
ultimate
gustó.
to turn the tables on the enemy team.
Last, but certainly not least, we have the Howling Abyss. This is something us ARAM mains call home. And because so many of you love the map as it is today, we didn't make any changes to it. Like we said, we wanted to preserve the core ARAM experience, and we think that keeping Howling Abyss untouched will help with that.
Claro.
We also wanted to talk about a non-map related change that we have coming to ARAM, champion cards. One long-standing piece of player feedback we've heard is that the amount of champions you can choose from in each game feels a little inconsistent. It could be frustrating if your teammates leave some rerolls on the table and you're stuck
Okay.
with 2 to 3 champs on the bench to choose from. So, in order to give you all more options more consistently, we're removing the reroll system and replacing it with champion cards.
When you enter Champ Select, you'll be presented with 2 champs to choose from. You'll have a bit of time to pick one, at which point the other will go to the bench. This guarantees you'll get at least 10 champs to choose from in any lobby.
Ok,
And if
está
you get
bien.
lucky, you'll be given
Interesante.
3 champs to pick from. We considered always giving 3 options, but that might lead to getting some champs too reliably.
Sí.
And who wants a Nidalee, Ziggs, or Xerath in every one of their games?
Tiene un punto.
Going forward, we want to make sure that all of you ARAM mains know how much we appreciate you, and we'll think of ways to keep ARAM feeling fresh and loved. If you thought the Bridge of Progress, for example,
Siempre buscamos refrescar. ¿ARAM lleva igual? No sé cuántas eternidades.
had too many changes, this should be quite a bit less, as we focus mostly on slightly altering the map shape, as opposed to introducing more drastic changes like snowball, health relic buffs, inhibitor rewards, and so on. Going forward, we don't want to make these changes in isolation, but it is going to take some testing and learning to get them right.
We're looking for your
Lo que les
feedback
decía,
to know
cómo
what
se
you
siente
enjoy,
cuando es muy seguido.
what we get right, and what we can improve. So please, keep talking to us so we can continually build and improve on the modes all of you love.
Claro, no es
I
lo
think
mismo
that
que
this-
me digas, me encantaría que me cuentes qué opinas, mándanos tus comentarios para ver cómo mejoramos, que no sé qué, a que me digas, estamos probando, ahí nos cuentas qué onda.
This new map pool will be a fun and exciting addition to ARAM.
Sí,
but we want
coincido.
to get your feedback first before we commit to making
Ah.
this change permanent. As a reminder, Brawl is currently live, so please make sure you go give it a try. That's it from us. As
¿No va a haber ningún cambio para pelea?
always, thanks for playing, and we'll see you in ARAM.
All right, as you can probably tell by now, we're still deep in the Spirit Blossom Festival, and almost everything this season has ties to the massive bloom, or wild bloom as it's called in Ionia, from the new ARAM map to the increased Spirit Blossoms on Summoner's Rift, and even our next champion, Yanara.
We aren't going to get into specifics about Yanara right now. She's still not coming out for a few more patches, but we do want to confirm that she's a traditional ADC with a core focus on auto attacks.
Ah,
We brought in a bunch
tradicional
of
con
content
esas
creators
bolitas
and influencers
alrededor.
from
Pensé
around
que
the
sería
world
algo
to get a
como
sneak
más de
preview of her
habilidades.
gameplay. And you'll get a full reveal of her kit with these creators in just 2 weeks. And similar to Mel, Yanara will be earnable by completing a few missions.
Outside of core gameplay, we'll be releasing another metagame this act. It's a 2.5D side-scrolling beat-em-up featuring, you guessed it, Yanara alongside Xin Zhao. While you dodge, punch, kick, slide, and fight, you'll get to experience more of this season's story and learn more about the mysterious Wild Bloom. We saw some feedback around the Demon's Hand, around having to grind a ton of League games to progress, so this one is more self-contained. That means you can play the entire story without playing League matches in between.
But wait, that's not all.
Oh.
Would it really be Spirit Blossom without a way to befriend some spirits? if you know what I mean. That's right, we've got a spiritual successor for Spirit Bonds, just a bit smaller in scale this time. This year's version will allow you to connect with some new spirits and earn their favor by simply
No recuerdo de lo que están hablando. Primer evento de Flor Espiritual.
playing League and completing champion-specific missions. And when you've earned enough favor, you'll get a little reward from each spirit, like a nice, firm handshake.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay.
The courtyard is unlocked after you complete the beat 'em up metagame, and just like last time, it does require League gameplay to progress. Now, we know that visual novels and relationship-based games might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. In general, we want to continue to experiment with these metagames, so we'll keep trying different cadences, genres, and styles to make sure we're creating something for everyone over time. With that, I'll hand it over to Matt and Drew to talk about griefing and inting.
Sí, por favor.
Hey everyone, I'm Riot Froxon.
And I'm just a capybara. As a recap, in the last dev update, we announced we are updating our systems to better detect and penalize disruptive behaviors like inting and griefing. So this time, we're back to let you know how this update went. When we rolled this out, it was really important to us to not punish low-skill players. Their play is sometimes hard to distinguish from players who intentionally lose in higher skill games, so we were a bit conservative with our role.
En verdad es tristísimo que te acusen de estar troleando cuando estás dando lo mejor de ti para ganar. Es tipo, no soy troll, yo juego así.
To date, the detections have a 99.95% accuracy.
Eso no se lo cree nadie, amigo. 99, ¿cómo no? ¿Qué?
Abilities. We'll also start holding higher skill games to a higher standard, since we know diamond players don't ghost back to lane like iron players might. So we'll start punishing more aggressively in those instances. Additionally, we're significantly increasing penalties for repeated leavers and toxic keyboard warriors.
We've also seen a lot of your
Me parece criminal que antes no hubiera, digamos, énfasis o una sanción notoriamente más fuerte para quienes justamente reinciden.
feedback on things that you felt were missing, like spamming Trundle Pillar or Nivea Wall or trolling TK.
Pero yo no entiendo, ¿los de Riot juegan su juego?
Ults on your teammates. So we've increased our detections to help identify those more accurately. At the time of recording, we're targeting these changes to go live with patch 25.11. Beyond this, we're also revising our current approach on ranked restrictions. We've found that while ranked restrictions work in most cases, there are some players who get through their restriction games by ruining norms or swift play, which just sucks, and it isn't okay. While this percentage is low, we just don't think this behavior has any place in the game. So we'll be punishing ranked offenders with aggressive queue delays.
There's
¡Wow!
also one more change we're working on, but wanted to get your thoughts on before.
Por si no lo sabían, sectas, si ustedes se van a FK de una partida, una ranked actualmente, ¿saben cuál es la sanción por irse a FK por primera vez? 1 minuto extra de queue. Sí. Que vengas y me digas, ahora les voy a poner una sanción más fuerte aumentando el tiempo de queue. ¿Qué? 2 minutos en lugar de 1 minuto.
Before implementing. We're looking at adding a new feature to automatically terminate games if egregious game-ruining behavior is detected. This means 9 people will...
No me gusta eso. No me gusta. En otro momento diré por qué no me gusta. Ahora no me quiero molestar más.
won't have to have their time wasted by a single player intent on trolling, similar to how Vanguard currently works for cheaters.
We also wanted to take a moment to acknowledge some feedback we've seen on the honor system. We know it's frustrating to see that you're about to be demoted when you haven't changed how you play or how you interact with other players. This is due to some under-the-hood changes we made to the system back in patch 25.04. Since we released these changes, we changed how honor is evaluated in a way that doesn't line up with your expectations. So we'll be looking to iterate and improve on the experience in the coming months.
While we're working on these improvements, nothing will change with Hextech chest distribution today. But as we mentioned when chests returned, we still fully intend on having some only earnable through higher honor levels in the
Eso me parece
future.
bien.
But we have to get the system right before doing that.
We know having positive players in your games is something all of us care a lot about. So expect to hear more
Sí, claro.
from us about honor in a future dev update later this year. Until then, thanks for staying positive.
And if you're not, prepare to be
Eliminated.
And just around the corner, we have MSI that starts on June 27th. This year, we'll be bringing pick'ems to MSI for the first time ever.
Eso
So
me
make sure
gusta.
you do your research and lock in before the first match.
Let's see if someone will finally submit a perfect bracket, which won't be me.
We're also excited to test out a new way to celebrate the team that wins MSI this year. The week after the final match, we'll be putting the skins that the winning team used during the finals on sale. We'll create a bundle for each role that contains the
Eso me
skins used
gusta.
with an even deeper discount. For
Está
example,
divertido.
the top lane bundle. So let's hope that we go to a full 5 games for maximum skins.
Eso está muy bien.
Check out
Me
patch
gustó.
notes for more details.
Excited for that, Brett. And last, it's been a minute. I'm here to address Viktor.
Por favor, no se vayan de esta reacción. No me dejen sola.
That doesn't mean we weren't listening. So I'm happy to announce to you all.
No así.
We'll be doing a throwback skin in the style of Viktor's original look because we know it means a lot to so many of you. Now look, we don't have a name yet, but maybe Viktor? I don't know. Let us know, Viktor Nation. He'll be coming out later this year. And that's it for today. We'll be back in a few more weeks to talk more. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the Rift.
Ese Rito Game se pone medio raro. Yo no entendí la parte que te molestó. Que no expliqué por qué me molestó. Ya en otro momento diré por qué me molestó, pero... Prefiero no decir nada ahora. Primero porque me voy a tiltear mientras hablo de eso. Segundo porque me voy a extender y tenemos las reacciones de Flor Espiritual. Y tercero y muy importante porque dijeron que hablarían más sobre el tema de la toxicidad en un futuro actualización dev. Esto todavía no se va a implementar. Entonces quiero ver si es que cambian lo que quieren hacer. Yo quiero saber el por qué. Si son de ver mucho mi contenido, es muy probable que sepan el motivo. Buenos días. Paso por aquí para decirles que espero que les haya gustado esta reacción a la actualización dev. Usualmente no las subo a YouTube, son exclusivas de Twitch. Pero esta en particular me pareció interesante para traer. Si opinan igual, no olviden darle un hermosísimo me gusta a este video para hacérmelo saber. Y recuerden suscribirse, que es totalmente gratuito para no perderse de más contenido de League of Legends. Y no olviden que muy pronto, como dije antes, se vienen las reacciones a Flor Espiritual. Spoiler alert, me hicieron abrir el Photoshop.
Hello, gamers.
Perdón, no les puse subtítulos, secta. Les pido 1000 dis.